Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Coming up today on FST News, Foothill is home to some of the finest teachers. Find out what lesson is really sticking with students.
Also, our school has seen a lot of paint this year, especially blue. Find out how one staff member is bringing some more color to Foothill. All of this and more today on FST News. Real news, real time.
Good morning. Today is Friday, January 12th. I'm Angela Ely.
And I'm Jocelyn Perez. Thanks, Kaylee. Here at Foothill, we're lucky to have amazing teachers who do their best to deliver amazing lessons. Yesterday, I got the chance to be a part of an unorthodox lesson in my government class. Senior Kyle Baldwin explains what the lesson was on.
Well, we learned about writers in the Senate and how their bills and their ideas don't really stick.
But it's still a little bit more interesting than that. Government teacher Tom Roddy had students write down an issue on tape that was important to them, from repealing the Second Amendment to letting the Las Vegas Golden Knights keep their name. After that, Roddy explained to the students that he was acting as a tax bill and that his students were trying to slip their issue in to get it passed. The students formed a circle and Roddy walked around it, giving everyone a chance to get their issue onto the bill. And it wasn't all just fun and games. Roddy elaborates on why he did the lesson.
And I wore slippery shorts. When it was all done, I kind of dusted them off.
Some of them don't stick.
Yeah, I know.
For example,
I like to show that very rarely do these riders stick unless there's some sort of negotiation deal or it's something that's really important to the American people.
I honestly can say that I don't think I'll forget this lesson. I kind of wish you were there though, Angela. I feel like you would have really liked something like this.
You know, I actually had Roddy for a few classes my sophomore year, namely psychology, and he flipped a table once in our class, so I really have experienced a few iconic Roddy lessons. But that's not the only thing exciting going on Foothill. Our homecoming theme this school year was The Hill is Beautiful, and even though homecoming has been over for a while, librarian Susan Ball is still working to make the hill a little more beautiful by giving students the opportunity to paint her ceiling tiles. Ball explains.
So the ceiling tile project, it's not really new. I've had a few kids painting ceiling tiles, and we take them down from the ceiling in this room and we put a coating on them, and then the kids trace a book cover on, and then they paint it.
Ball is hoping to have the entire ceiling painted, and any sort of book cover can be painted, whether it's a classic or just a book you love from your childhood. Starting on Wednesday, you can go to the library after school to paint, and Ball is planning on keeping the library open until 3 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for anyone painting. If you're not an artsy person but still want to help out with the project, visit FSTNEWS.com and search Library Beautification for a link to Ball's GoFundMe, where you can donate money for all the painting materials.
Speaking of after-school activities, Turning Point USA is a club on campus that's been catching some attention lately.
Reporter Kaylee Goodwin is here in the studio to tell us more. Good morning, Kaylee.
Good morning, guys. Students don't get many chances to voice their political opinions, but a new club on campus is changing that. Turning Point USA is a university and high school club across the nation, including our school, that gives students a voice. Junior Marcos Jimenez, president of the Turning Point USA chapter at Foothill, tells us the main goal of the club.
So Turning Point USA is a club that's in universities and high schools across the nation that's meant to educate people on the conservative values of capitalism, free markets, and limited government.
Our chapter meets up and debates with other chapters, including Coronados, on several different topics that concern everyday Americans. Senior Jacob Olenchek gave us some insight on some of the topics.
Of course, capitalism, free marketing, you know, everything that America was founded on, pretty much.
This includes political, economic, healthcare, tax reforms, and social security problems. They hope to host debates here on campus on the topics and more. Jimenez explains why this is so important.
So that the conservative voices of these schools can have a chance to meet with like-minded people and share their voices.
Turning Point USA meets every other Thursday in room 312. Anybody is invited to join. For FST News, I'm Kaylee Goodwin. Now back on over to Jocelyn, who's here in the studio with a special guest.
This week's Falcon feature is Student Body President Macy Hendricks. So Macy, there's been a lot of talk about grad night this year and whether or not it's going to happen or what it's going to be. Could you give us some more information about it?
Yeah, so basically what grad night is it's a time for seniors to go to Disneyland all together to take this huge trip, and it's going to be really fun. We're planning on it being April 13th, and it's basically just to celebrate the end of the school year and our upcoming graduation.
Okay, awesome. And so how much is it going to be?
It's going to be roughly $200.
Is there anything else we should know about it?
Well, there's actually going to be a meeting next Wednesday in room 254 right after school for any seniors who want to participate. But if you can't make it to that meeting, you can go see Mr. Rasheg in room 704 at any time, and he'll give you the same information.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So thank you so much for joining us. Angela, back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Macy, for joining us. When we come back, Zoe and Jana are here with a little more than just Foothill sports today with FST News Sports. And reporter Madison Flick is live in the field with a special report. We'll be right back. FST News, real time.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Sports starts now!
What's up, Falcons? Starting off with girls basketball, they took on Silverado Skyhawks last night. Varsity won 48-22.
Boys basketball won against the Skyhawks 77-41. They have the MLK High School Invitational on Monday over at Coronado High School starting at 4 p.m.
Flag football has a game today here at the Hill against the Silverado Skyhawks. JV kicks it off at 3:30, then varsity starts at 4:30, and B team ends it all at 6.
Varsity Wrestling is heading on over to Arizona this weekend for the Farmers Invitational. They're going up against 24 high schools. Hopefully the wrestlers bring us home a win.
While varsity is over in Arizona, JV is staying here in the Valley for Western Rumble at Western High School.
That's all the sports going around the Hill today, Falcons.
Now on over to reporter Madison Flick joining us in the field. Good morning, Madison.
Difficulties, Madison Flick will not be joining us today, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Here at FST, we've heard that some people don't actually think that our show is live. That's wrong. Last year, we'd come in and pre-record our show at 6 a.m., but over summer, we came in 2 weeks before school started to get our studio ready to stream our shows to YouTube. Now, we're in at 5:30 for our live 6 a.m. newscast.
We even have live shots around school. Our field producer, Alani Daytalk, coordinates all shots outside of our studio. When you saw Madison earlier, she was actually outside of the yearbook room. That wasn't pre-recorded.
So when we say real news, real time, we actually mean it.
Before we go, if you haven't heard of the Heart of Education Awards, they're a way to give your amazing teachers the recognition they deserve. So if you have a teacher who goes above and beyond, let them know you care. They do a lot for us.
The winners of the award receive a gift of $5,000 and another $5,000 for their school. They get to decide where the money goes. To nominate a teacher, you can go to FSTNews.com and search Heart of Education. That's all the news we have for you today.
And remember that we don't have school on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
From all of us here at FST News to you, have a fantastic Friday.